In today's video, we're going to be talking about the top 5 GOAT list. Now, this is my GOAT list. Obviously, it will change depending on your opinion. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but in my opinion, this is a top 5 GOAT list. Right now, this second. I have tried to be as fair as possible with my judgments for the all-time wins, good wins, average wins. Even for Jon Jones, who I despise. Off the list with number 5, Demetrious Johnson, Mighty Mouse. 11 UFC consecutive title defenses, 2 1 championship championship title wins, 1 championship defense. Good wins. All-time wins, 1, Henry Cejudo. Good wins, Ray Borg, Koti Horiguchi, Adrian Morales, twice, he beat him twice. He did lose in the first fight, but he did beat him in the second fight and then by decision, which I don't think a lot of people know about, that he did actually beat him twice. So that's 2, Joseph Benavidez twice. I don't think anyone's going to say anything about me putting Joseph Benavidez as a good win, but he was top ranked in the flyweight division for years and years and years. It was a good win, especially at the time, even now. Average win, Josh Dodson twice, Tim Elliott, Wilson Rise. Bad wins, John Moraga, Ali Bogatinov, Chris Carrizo. He did lose to Henry Cejudo before he left to 1 championship, but it was a very, very close fight, and I could have seen them giving it to Mighty Mouse. Like, it was very, very close. Arguably, he could have won, and he lost to Dominic Reyes, but that was when he was in a tadpole. Let me have a look. That was 2011, before he even moved up to bantamweight. So, like, crazy. But he also lost to Adriano Moraes, but he avenged the loss twice. So not once, he beat him twice. So out of 3, he won 2. So, do you know what I mean? It's not like a 1-1 situation, it's a 2-1. It's a clear winner. And I think having DJ at number 5 is quite high. One of the reasons why he is higher than other people, first of all, Anderson Silva, he didn't go on a loss streak like Anderson Silva. DC was a 2 division champ in the heavier weight classes, and he lost to John. He did lose to John. He also had very good wins, but like not the longevity, or not even that many title wins. No one on this list has gone after their UFC run, so not before, and then gone and won a belt at another organisation. We're talking a top organisation and 1 championship. 1 championship arguably has a very, very similar level at the lower weight classes. In flyweight, in bantamweight, they've got very, very good fighters. Like, these fighters could be fighting, they could be contenders in the flyweight division, maybe in top 10. We're probably not, we're not talking title contenders, but Adriano Moraes would do well in the flyweight division, but the flyweight division nowadays is very, very, very stacked. Like, it's just so hard to get to the pinnacle of flyweight, and Demetrious Johnson did it for so long. Obviously, that was at a time where he was fighting, like, some of these names, like most of these names, in his average wins and his bad wins, most of those people you won't know. Some of his good wins you probably won't even know. Like, it is that meme, name 5 Demetrious Johnson wins. There is that meme. But then, he is arguably the best expression we have of a mixed martial artist ever. No one looks as good as him doing mixed martial arts. Like, it's similar to Wonderboy in his striking. It just looks so good, and it's so technical, so like. But I think Demetrious Johnson is a very solid number 5 pick. I just don't think he's got the quality of wins to be going up there any further. I just don't. And it was back in a time with just not as many, like, when mixed martial arts was just new. Like, Mighty Mouse had grown up watching the start of mixed martial arts, and then he had taken it a step farther, so he was a new gen of their era in the 2010s. And now it's the new era again. So whereas a couple of years ago Mighty Mouse would have been 3, 2 even. Well, TSP, so 3, but he's not anymore. It's just that the sport's changed, and I'm sorry if that offends you. But we move on to our next spot, number 4. And I give the spot the featherweight GOAT, Alexander the Great Volkanovski. His all-time wins are Jose Aldo. Argue with me, tell me that's not an all-time win. Come on, it's a video, you can't. Next one, Max Holloway. 3 times, not once, not twice, mate. 3 bloody times, mate. Tell me that's not GOAT shit. 5 UFC title defenses, challenged for a second belt at lightweight twice. Good wins, Brian Ortega, top 5 in the division. His rebuff's coming soon. Somehow Brian Ortega will get that title shot again. I guarantee you that. Yair Rodriguez, the Korean Zombie. Average wins, Chad Mendes, Darren Elkins. Not title wins. I had to go through his previous wins to get bad wins, and that was on his way to the UFC title. Jose Aldo, one of his all-time great wins, was on the way to the UFC title. He wasn't even mate. Jose Aldo is a better win than every single one of Mighty Mouse's wins bar Henry Cejudo, and that's a fact. And Volk got that before he even got the belt. He got that before he even got the belt, and then he got Max Holloway 3 times. Don't even argue, mate. Don't even argue. You know you're wrong. He lost to Islam in the first fight, but that was the closest and the hardest fight of Islam's career. And full camp Volk, mate, would do that again, mate. But, mate, why did he take that as final on short notice? But he did it. So, lost again on short day's notice via head kick KO. That was hard. Then 2 months later, the GOAT, Volk's such a nice guy and such a good person, but he gassed himself so much up. Mate, we shouldn't have been doing those short notice memes about Volk, mate. He probably saw those and saw the short. Fuck, he shouldn't have taken that fight, but he took that fight. Loses to Ilia Topuria, head kick KO, but he is coming back to get that belt. Today, tomorrow, whatever day it is, he will get that belt back. I've got faith in my GOAT, mate. I've got faith. Move on to number 3 on the GOAT list. The number 1 pound for pound right now. The lightweight champion. The lightweight GOAT with the most title defenses and wins in UFC history in the hardest division there is, Islam Makhachev. I put my hands up. I hate the Daggies. I don't like Khabib. He's not humble. I don't like Umar. He is good at fighting. I was about to say he's not good. He is good. He's just me. He's like, people moan about Sean O'Malley. Like, he didn't have a ranked win before he got that Corey Sanhagen fight, and then he. Don't get into that. But I actually do like Islam. I think Islam's funny and likeable. So just because he's cousins with Khabib, and, I don't know, cousins with Umar, or whatever it is, I don't hold that against him. I like watching his fights, and I find him entertaining. And in my opinion, with his wins, he is the 3rd best fighter of all time. Starting off with his all-time wins, Alexander Volkanovski. Number 4 on the GOAT list. Obviously an all-time great win, mate. But only the first fight. Because that was a full count. Charles Oliveira. Second best lightweight of all time. Yes, he's above Khabib. Argue with me. You can't. It's a video. Dustin Poirier, the 4th best lightweight of all time, after Khabib. And you think, ooh, why would the 4th best lightweight of all time be on the all? Well, because the lightweight is the hardest weight division. Featherweight, lightweight, bantamweight, flyweight. Those are the hardest divisions, 100%. And even then, it's usually flyweight or featherweight, because those are the most contended. You can't throw those are the most contended. That pool of athletes is the biggest out of all of them, because obviously there's less really small people for flyweight, but there's loads of average sized people. Like, I'm 5'10", I could weigh in at 155. Most people could weigh in at 155 unless they're not fat. Do you know what I mean? So with water cutting, obviously, like, I don't weigh 155 now, but with water cutting, so there's just such a bigger pool of athletes. So that's why. Bit of a long-winded explanation. And his good wins, Volkanovski in that second fight on short notice, because you can't count a Volkanovski fight as not a good win. You just can't. And then the Dan Hooker fight, which wasn't even a title fight, but he submitted him in the first round, and Dan Hooker is still a good contender at lightweight to this day, and just beat mate. Oh, he beat Scamrot, mate. I knew it was either Scamrot or fucking Fiziev, mate. I always get confused between them. I don't know why. They don't even look similar, mate. I don't even know what or fucking Fiziev, mate. I always get confused between them. I don't know why. They don't even look similar, mate. I don't even know why I get them confused. But average wins, Renato Moicano on one day. I would put that as a good win if it was on a full count, because Renato Moicano is a good contender, top 10, and he would have been a top 5 contender back in the day at lightweight. Like, if he was fighting in DJ's day, do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying, with the difficulties just increased. And then bad wins, Bobby Green. I literally had to go to pre-title wins to find a bad win. Obviously, I could have put all of his wins, but like, I just couldn't be bothered. Most title defenses are lightweight in UFC history. Modern day fighter fighting right now against in the hardest division in the UFC, arguably. We move on to the number 2 spot. This might cause some annoyance from the viewers. Jon Jones, the abuser, the DUI repeat offender, the bad parent. It's a bad parent. Like, if you're doing that in front of your kids, are a bad parent. Cheater. Probably did cheat on his wife, but that's not even what I'm talking about. But we move on. All-time great winners. Daniel Cormier. What? He's got one all-time great win. But you do not win because it was a no contest due to Royce. So it don't even count towards his title defenses, title wins, or his resume, because it was a no contest due to Royce, mate. So he can fuck off, like. Okay, good wins. Machida, Gustafsson, Texeira, Rashad Evans. Heavy welterweight at best, mate. Average wins. Brewer, Quinton Jackson, Belford, Gustafsson in the second fight, because it got moved due to roid results. It literally had to move the whole card, so that win also gets brought down a level. This is what happens when you use steroids. Your wins get brought down a level. Like, I can't discredit your whole career, because then I just have to be like Jon Jones off the GOAT list. But if you get popped and you, like, that fight got moved because substances were in his system, and that commission wouldn't allow him to fight with that, so they went to a different commission that would. it's down. It's an average win now. Bad wins, OSP, Anthony Smith, illegal knee. Why are you illegally kneeing Anthony on paper Smith, mate? There's just no need. Thiago Santos, one leg. Stipe Miocic, old man. Lost to Dominic Reyes. Multiple steroid, not even accusations, evidence behind. Everyone knows the famous line of my fucking Turinabol pulsing in the system, mate. That just can't happen. If anyone disagrees with me on Jon Jones steroid, I implore you to go watch Derek Moore Plays More Days video on this topic, which, if I can be bothered, will be here. I doubt it will be, but the fact is, Jon Jones never fought someone his size or bigger and well-rounded, his age. DC, way smaller. He was quite well-rounded, to be fair. DC, 6', 5'9". Look at him, like he's a bull. He's a bowling ball. DC, DC, one of my favourite fighters. He's cringe as fuck, but I back DC on everything, man. Mate, if DC has no fans, mate, I'm dead, mate. That's a fact. But, mate, he's a bowling ball. He needs to lose some weight. What else was I gonna say? DC, bowling ball. Never fought someone his age. And he's ducking Tom Aspinall, mate. What? I think it's been, it's definitely been over a year and a half, maybe even pushing 2 years. It's been over 2 years. Wait, actually, no, it hasn't. Oh, I'm actually so dumb. How would I think that had been 2 years? It's on the 12th of November 2025. It's been a year and a half. Still, mate, no, you're ducking it, mate. Get off. Mate. You cannot leave this sport, and not get injured. It cannot be allowed to happen, mate. We cannot let this, mate, what am I gonna do about it? Mate, you cannot leave this sport, and not get injured. It cannot be allowed to happen, mate. We cannot let this, mate, what am I gonna do about it? Mate, but please fight Tom Aspinall, Jon Jones, please. Look at what I'm doing, mate. I'm begging you, mate. Fight Tom Aspinall. Don't even let him KO you, mate. Try your hardest, to win. And he will KO you. He will. Moving on to the #1 spot held for the GOAT of MMA at the moment, which St. Pierre has 2 belts in 2 divisions. All-time great wins, Matt Hughes. Argue with me. Haha, you can't. Video. Good wins. GSP. Not GSP. Michael Bisping. The Count. Shouldn't be a UFC commentator. BJ Penn. We'll move past that one. Carlos Condit. Very, very good fighter at the time. Nick Diaz. Still is a very good, I don't know why I said that. Nick Diaz. Weren't on it all fours grabbing fish stuff at the time. Actually, I was an insensitive look. It's just could be going through a ditch, you know what I'm saying? Prayers out for Nick Diaz, man. Prayers out. I'm on my Bryce shit today, man. It's sad to see. Got GSP, mate, and Nick Diaz, Matt Hughes, all on that same list, mate. I feel barely anyone knows that Matt Hughes got hit by a train. I only found out that recently, mate. And then Nick Diaz, he was on the ground picking up stuff. And then BJ Penn, he thinks his mom from the CIA. Okay, get back to it. Average wins, Matt Serra, Thiago Alves, Johnny Hendricks. Bad wins, Dan Hardy, Jay Shields, Jack Shields. Not Jake. Wait, actually, it is Jake Shields, not Jack, mate. I knew I was right, mate. It is Jake Shields, mate. John Inch avenged both losses to Matt Hughes and Matt Serra. He avenged both them, so 2 losses. Avenged 2 losses. So, it doesn't cancel out, but you know what I mean? So, people might say John Jones never lost a fight. Actually, 12-6 elbow, he lost. Actually, lost to Dominic Reyes, he lost. Actually, arguably lost to Gustafsson in that first fight. GSP's to go. Like, he has title defenses than John Jones, but we're still talking about 12, pushing plus 10 title defenses, mate. Just as many as, I'm getting confused now. I keep on thinking, yeah, in terms of title defenses and then title wins, mate. I need to think in one or the other, mate. It's either title defenses or title wins. But he's got like 12 title wins. Maybe, and that was in when the new generation was coming up. So his fights were arguably harder than Demetrius Johnson's in terms of quality. He had just as many. His longevity, obviously, he went for longer in the UFC. Demetrius Johnson went for longer overall because he kept on going in one championship. But then you look at the quality, the losses. GSP is the GOAT. He edges himself apart from a John Jones. If you could argue GSP below John Jones if John Jones didn't have multiple failed drug tests. He's a steroid cheat, it is. It's been proven multiple times throughout his career. Arguably, John Jones has been on his steroids for more of his career than not, whereas GSP never failed a single drug test, argued with the UFC to get harder testing regulations, and you're telling me he's a steroid cheat? You're telling me my Canadian GOAT is a steroid cheat, man? He is not. He is not. Just because he's jacked, yeah, does not mean it's a steroid cheat. Okay? But I leave you with that. I do. Very fair. The modern fighters are obviously, they're going to start coming up. Islam is 2. Islam's 3 wins and a second belt away from being the GOAT. And some people might not want to hear that, but that is the fact. But let me know what you think. Is this a good GOAT list? In a bit.